Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn, and as you can see, my colony is currently at a standstill. And the reason being is, well, we had a wonderful error that eliminated all the sound from my next 2 recorded episodes. So I get to go back in time and look and see what has changed in my colony from there to those 2 episodes that we'll eventually have to redo here. But the good portion is, now that I know what's coming, hopefully I can make some changes and make the colony a little bit better overall. The other thing that happened is there's been some updates to the mods, and some of them are working a little better. So, for instance, the train mod, as you can see, says everything is not attached. Well, that is actually probably due to the fact that there was a update since the last one, and now the train problems that we'd been having are no longer happening. However, that also means that now, instead of 1 track, it's probably more optimal to actually go in and divide the sections out. Gotta make sure that they're facing the right way, though. As you see on this mod, if there's a little no enter sign, then they won't go that way. So we'll do that, and then I'm gonna put one more way over here so that the trains don't have to wait as long. And of course it's backwards, so we'll put that back in there. Now let's start it up, and we'll see if the trains start working a little bit better here. We'll probably need to take a look at some of the stations and get some of the inputs and outputs fixed up on those. The other good thing is, something I've been saying for a while, finally they're letting us rename the stations. So we're going to do that here eventually, but we'll come back to that. So with this unique opportunity to go back in time, I get the unique perspective of knowing what some of the hardest parts coming up for our colony will be. And one of the major items will definitely be the beavers. We just get really far behind on the beavers and our population. So we're just going to take all of this out, and we're just going to straight up go ahead and get ready for more beavers here. And we'll come back, we'll put this in. Here we go. Let's mark that out, and then we're also going to do some storage over here. We need the long warehouses. Yep, there we go. We'll put a couple of long warehouses in. We'll put a small tank in, and we're gonna say that this is all high priority, so we get as many beavers as we need. Something else, since we're going to have a bunch more beavers all in this area, I want to make them quite a bit better. So we need to take out a couple of items around here, and we're going to start looking into getting them just a little bit more well-being. We're going to start over here with some of the bigger additions. We're going to go with the labor, we're going to go with the flame. And actually, we're going to put some down at the other end here eventually too. So I'm going to take those out. We're going to even this area out with a couple more of the row houses, and then do a couple more here just to make sure we're covering enough area. Those are going to take a ton of resources though. So we're going to come down here and we're going to get a little bit more planks made. Here we go. Those can all go in there. Let's grab that. That should be a 2. There we go. And then we're going to come in and get planks, because with all this extra building, we're definitely going to need some extra plank production. Oh, this also, I'm going to change to eggplants just to give them a little bit boost there as well. While we're over in this area as well, we're gonna try and get some more bots out of here, but basically the best way to do that without building a whole nother stack here is to come in and provide them with a little bit of a boost. And if I remember right, it was measured right there. We'll double check. Yep, right there. So that control tower should give them a little bit extra boost so that they can go ahead and produce us some more bots, which we're definitely going to need as well. Something else I'm going to need is we've only got a few blueberries down here, and we're definitely going to need more just for the sheer number of pods that we just installed down there at the other end. So let's say don't replant any of these. There we go. Let's say about that many for now. And we'll replace those with blueberries just as they get cut down. Are any of these... most of these? You know what? We'll let them go for now. And whatever grows, we'll just plant back when we can. Down here in our mining colony, we're kind of full on lumber. And they're kind of also holding on to the lion's share of the lumber. So I've set our trains, which as you can see are pretty much now constantly coming and going from each colony to pick up logs from here and take them back to the main one. However, there's no point in just leaving up these. So what we can do is we'll go ahead and toss in a couple more lumberjacks up here. We're going to go ahead and fill in back here. And then we're going to start putting down some dynamite up here. Start with this. Actually, let's see if we can get rid of this tree here first. There we go. Tree's out of there. This is good. We'll remove all of that. We'll say that that is super important so we don't have to come back in there. Oh, same thing here. Let's remove this tree. There we go. Also super important. And we'll fill back into there. And we'll fill all of these as well. Toss some regular single dynamite. Maybe here. There we go. And that should expand the tree area out. Let's expand the tree storage just a bit too while we're here. You take that out and we're going to just build ladders. That's about the best way to do it. So we'll do this, but let's say this is super important so that they can get this in there and store more logs for us. We'll even make that a supply whenever they've got it done. I think it's about time that we take a look at maybe redoing the downtown area here. It was great when we started off, but the beavers are a little farther away. This hasn't worked in quite a while. There's no point in a lot of these small storages around here, so we're just going to work on taking some of this stuff out. So let's just demolish all of this. We'll get our neat little staircase out of here. There we go. That's all done for. Now we just got to connect these back. And what we can do, let's take these out as well. We don't need any of those. We're going to take this out. This out. We'll leave that for now. We'll leave these for now. And which way is that facing? That's facing that way. Let's just replace most of this as they pick it up. Because there should be... Yep, there's water in that pile of sticks in the water somehow. I'm not going to ask. It's game physics things. We're just going to go with it. But we're going to set this one up as a storage for water right here. And then we're also going to get a little bit more well-being over here. We're going to pick up the detailer. So we're just going to do a whole bunch of detailers. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do 7 of them. And the best idea came in on a stream. And what it is we're just going to use the channel emotes for all of the pictures. So which beaver do they feel like being today? Maybe the question beaver, maybe the facepalm beaver, shock beaver, or, you know, just the classic. But that should transfer all to our colony, and we'll start seeing them walking around with those tail details here in just a bit. Now, of course, since all of those use extract and I don't want to run out, I want to get another centrifuge in here. And I think the way that we're going to have to do it is build it right on top, which means some interesting power solutions and probably some possible extra overhangs, but let's start with the power solution. The shaft here is just going to have to go right from the back, and we're just going to go up. Let's see if that's enough. If it's not, we'll put another one on there, but we're going to go and let's put in an overhang here. No, let's do a 2. That way we're over the building, or at least over the main part of the building. We'll do a overhang of 3. We'll purchase one. No, we need a 4. Okay, let's do the 4. And then do we need 3s there, or do we need 4s? It looks like a 4. Yep, 4 all around. So we'll let them, is that gonna let them in there? Let them build, maybe? That might actually be one too high. Tell you what, let's come down one. Something looks slightly off about that. Let's go a 4 here. And then can we do 4s? There we go. 1 too tall. There's that. Now they can get out there and build most of that. We'll want them to build just the connector for the... You know what? Let's do a universal here. That way, if we want to keep going up, we can. It should just branch off of right there wherever we happen to put something in. While we're over here in this particular area, I do want to take a look and maybe redo this just a bit, and probably redo this as well. We're actually just going to take out these 3 trees. We're going to change around the shape of this lake just slightly and go from a 4x2 to a 3x3, and I think we'll get a lot more irrigation coverage out of it. The other thing I'm gonna say, let's just take out a lot of these trees here. There we go. We need the logs, but we also need the space, so we're gonna say take those out. When they get around to actually taking them out, we're gonna dynamite down a lot of this land. We're gonna do 2s up here as well. There we go. Oops, don't need them on the path. There we go. And we'll dynamite all of this as well once they clear those trees. Whether they grow up and get cut down or the beavers actually come and take them out, either way is fine at this point. Over here near our gravity batteries, we finally turned off enough stuff to generate some power to lift these back up. So we're going to try and get in here while we can and maybe put some work in on these. We do need to take out these because I'm going to blow all of this up and take it all the way down to flat here. In fact, let's go ahead, put in a path so that we know, well, they can't connect there. So we'll just do that until they actually come up, and then we'll connect the path in. But while we're here, and of course it's dark out, we'll put in a couple of stairs. We'll do the same thing for these trees right here so that whenever they're done over here, we can keep building on to this huge battery that we've got going on. Looks like they're going to get to chopping down those trees without having them grow up first. So we could just replace what's left over here. There we go. More dynamite, more dynamite. And as soon as they get to chopping, come on guys, the tree's not very big yet. You can do it. There you go. All right, 4 of them there. In fact, there's a couple that are designer already, it looks like. So there we go. One last guy. They'll come back in and finish this dynamite for us. They got our dynamite field done over here. So let's go ahead, expand that out. And as you can see, I went ahead, put the dirt in there, and some trees got planted while there was still irrigation left, so that's good. They're a little bit ahead on that. Let's go ahead, get all of this out of here. There we go. And while we're here, I also want to put a little bit of dynamite right down here. And actually, I don't need this anymore. It's not really doing anything, so we're just going to go ahead, take that out of there, and we'll just expand that out a little bit. One, it'll make the irrigation spread just a little bit farther, but also we can get a couple more mangrove trees in there as well. Over here, though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down the size of our pine forest. We're still not using it completely, so we're going to go in and we're going to use this nice tree planting override mod that we have to plant. We don't want to plant pine. We want to make sure that we are planting oak. So we're going to override everything in here with oak. And that just will plant over all of those trees that we already have. Everything else we can just come in and fill in. There we go. Now there should be a whole bunch of oak trees ready to be planted as soon as we get the water back. It looks like tomorrow. Looks like they've got the platforms in. Now let's make sure that they can actually get there. In fact, I think they might not be able to now that I'm looking at it. That might be a small problem, but nothing that we can't fix. So we're going to come back in. We're going to fix this up right here. Take you out. Yep, just a second. We'll put a double single platform here so that they can come from over there, then they go up here, and then we just do a double to get you back up here. And that should be good to go. Let's make sure all of that is high priority. We'll get the path in there. One over to you, one over to you, and one to you. And then once they've got that in, we should be getting plenty of extract after that. Down here, they did get our second industrial pile in, which should help with some of these logs. In fact, it looks like they've cut a little ways through this forest now, which is definitely helpful. They've got a little bit of the dynamite up, so we'll go ahead and fill this area with trees as well. And then as they put the dynamite in here, are we waiting on extract down here? Is that what's going on? Let's double check our shipments. We've got this is our import, and it does say that we should be getting extract in. Let's check the export area. See how easy that makes it? Export. We're not exporting it, so that would be why they're not getting any of it. Allow sending. There we go. So now they should take a little bit down here, and hopefully with that extract start filling in this area. Looks like missed two there. That's from the two trees, I do believe. There we go. Over here, now that we have this space open, we definitely can add a little bit of log storage over here as well. And that should help the rate at which they're cutting down these logs so they don't have to keep walking them far all the way back into town just to drop off a log or two. So we'll say those are in. We're not going to set it with any kind of importance. They'll get it when they get it. Should be okay. Would you look at that? Our tail detailers are in, and look at all the choices they have. That's gonna make for some very fashionable, very happy beavers. They're starting to get all the decorations in down here, but I want to make sure that I mirror some of this decoration down at this end. So the only way I'm going to be able to get up there, though, is to take a ladder. Probably from here would be the best point. We'll just copy that right up onto there. There we go. And we're going to walk them right up onto the roof for now. Grab that, go up there, and then we'll just copy this side onto the other side. They can go with the ones there, they'll go with the twos above them, and then underneath them, there we go, we'll do just the same pattern. Bush, 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 and lantern, lantern. Then that should cover most of the area. This covers most of the area. However, you can't put anything over the top of that. So what I'm going to use to connect those two is one of the special modded overhangs that come in, the extra metal overhangs. It's got ones with connections on both ends. So we're just going to put that in. It makes a nice little arch up there. I think it's going to look good. And we'll fill back in some of these other areas once all of this is put in. They've got 2 of the main statues in, and they're still working on the other 2 down here, but that's given a lot of good buffs. We're actually up to 20 well-being, but we can do better. If we come down here and we grab the frog statue, which wonderfully does not need any kind of science to unlock it, we can put those in there, and that will add a little bit. Plus, if we take out these canola seeds, since we already have a canola seed warehouse down here, there it is, we don't really need them down here, so let's go ahead. We'll put in a few terrain blocks here. There we go. And then we'll come back and we'll do back scratchers here. Here we go. We'll do all along here back scratchers. There we go. And that should give them just a bit more well-being. How are they doing on the projects down here? Well, they've got a little ways to go, but that's okay. We'll let them build on that for a bit. Oh, look, they've got all this dynamite placed. Let's just go ahead and... there we go. Move a mountain here. Now that looks pretty good. Let's toss trees all back through here so we'll have plenty to pick up. And we can also probably start putting in a little bit more dynamite here while we can. Let's take a look and see what we've got. We've got, is that a 2 or a 3 there? That would be 1, 2, that's actually a 3. Grab a 3, there we go. 2 3s here, which will take it down, and do I want to? Well, if I take that down and it starts poisoning some of the land over here, I will put in the barriers, and that should be okay. I keep saying I'm going to clean this up, but I keep forgetting to do it. So while we're here, let's just get that out of the way. Take that out. We don't need those. We don't need this, and we don't need this, really. There we go. And now, with all of that extra room that we have in the river there, we can toss in, let's go with a couple of pools. That should fit just exactly. Yep, there we go. So that, at least, oh, let's have them pick this up so they don't accidentally lose that. That should give them at least a little more fun in this area. Not sure what we'll do here yet, but we'll see. Got all this dynamite in, so let's go ahead and see where that leads us. There is just a bit of... oops, I might have got too much dynamite there. Let's put that back in. And then we'll wander over and we'll put in the... not the floors. Let's see, we want the irrigation barriers. That's what we want. We'll put those, yep, all around here. And they should be able to reach that. Let's find out real quick. Maybe. But once they get that in there, I'm not too worried about it. We could probably put a couple more around here too and expand out our berry farm. Yeah, might as well. Why not? We've got the resources to make it happen at the moment. We'll do all of this. And do I need to put one under here? You know what? Let's go ahead and just surround it with those impermeable tiles. I could definitely get some more eggplants in down here if I were to stack up our storage. So I'm going to go ahead and put in for that. Look at that. We're up to 22. They can get started on it. Don't know if they'll quite finish that today, but hopefully they will. There we go. And once that's in, we'll move everything out of these two, plus get some eggplant storage in there. And maybe we'll move these couple down here. It doesn't really matter too much where the hauler posts are, just that there is a hauler post. We're up to 24 well-being right now, but I think we can still do better. We can get a couple more things in. For example, this area right here is really nice, but I think we can add some more in here. we grab some overhangs, are these 4 or 5s? Yep. We'll do these. And there you go. Now, you'll look and say, wait, there's a big one out of the middle there. Well, there we can just turn it the other direction since there's no campfire to not be able to build that. So those should go in. And what I want to do is grab a little bit more well-being. Let's do... oh, let's say the exercise plaza would work very well down here. There we go. We'll come in. We'll put you in there. And is there anything else that we can put in here that would be small? Not at the moment. So we'll let that go. Up here, they've got most of the decorations in. And now we have a whole top layer that we can put in. So let's take a look at decorations here. We can do the braziers here. Let's see, one here. Yep. One here, here, and that's the same in between. Yep, there we go. What about the beaver bus? Can we get most of those in there? We could do one here, 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 and here. That covers a good deal of them. Then we do the statues. Do them facing that way. That leaves that one out in the middle. However, for that one, we can just put in something like this. Grab a statue. Get that one in there. That should be good to go. Then we can start putting on some roofs. So let's grab decoration. Decoration. There we go. And we can do... I wonder. I know it used to be that the decoration blocks actually gave a buff. Oh, they do. Well, we're not going to miss out on that. Let's put in a couple here and there. There we go. 80 science points. 8 science points. There we go. That turned out pretty nice. We'll come back on that one and that one. This one, I'm not going to put in there. We're going to have to find a different way because I've got something that's going to go there eventually. Let's see. So they can come up here and hang out. What can we put in these small places that will still fit under roofs? So let's see. We'll put the platforms up first, just so we know what we've got there. We'll do something like this. We will... Well, let's do them up here. So... and like so. There we go. We'll figure out a way for them to get over there. Maybe at some point somehow. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll just let that go for now. And over here, let's say about 2. Twos. We'll put another one up there. And yeah, that should be fine. I think there's any reason that... no, that should work just fine and dandy. Let's get these in there. And now let's find our half roofs from the half roof mod. We want decorations, roofs. Here's our half roofs. Let's see what some of these look like. Aren't bad. What is this? That's just a long one. Why don't we do 2 of these a piece? There we go. Something like this. Yeah, that'll work just fine. And we'll do 2 more here. And we might even put paths in up there just to get other things. And what do they have some benches. We can just put some benches up here. This can be a nice little place for them to just sit and hang out. There we go. We'll do that. And did I get them over here? Nope. Let's do that. And we'll figure out the middle here after these are in. But I think that those should look just fine. Maybe I'll do... These look okay pointed in. I'll do that. No, because that blocks the path. So we'll come back to that. We'll leave the half roofs on top for now. Empty this. In fact, I'm just going to delete it out. Do I actually need all of those there? Yeah, that's kind of keeping the water in. However, this should be opening and closing based on this down here, meaning I can probably close this off right here. So if we go in and we put in levees, in fact, have a levee that'll fit just, how about twos? Do 2 and 2. We'll see if that blocks off too much, and then we'll see where the greenery goes. If it's fine, we'll replace this out. Back over here, I have kind of made a small mistake, but it's definitely fixable. What I can do is we want to go up over here. So let's just grab a small overhang, go this way, and we will make some stairs. Actually, let's do a ladder there. One ladder up to here. That gives us a path through here. And then they should be able to get to everything. This, they go under, over, through here. Same thing over here. And over here. And we should be okay from there. There we go. Our beaver's well-being is up to 34, way better than what we started. So now we're getting more beavers, they're working faster, and they're living longer. We've sorted out a lot of the logistics problems, especially with the trains now working the way they are. And down here, we've got a whole bunch of extra room for trees and some various other projects that we have coming up soon. But I think that's gonna do it for today. Next time, we need to work on our power situation again, and the best way to do it is to go back to the power spiral. And because I've already recorded once, I can tell you I figured out a way to get it to work. So you'll have to check back on that. But like always, just want to say thank you very much for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and hope to see you next time. Bye!